Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the School of Leadership and Innovation for Global Relevance. Thanks for joining me today. This is the fifth part of our discussion on the journey to your greatest discovery. This discussion will introduce you to you. You haven't started living until people marvel at what you do. And this is the focus of our discussion today. So, our discussion will center on this. You haven't started living until people marvel at what you do. We will also look at the secrets to unveiling or to releasing the wonders that is deposited within you. And that is the aim of our discussion today. Once again, I am Dr. Toyin Obafemi. All right, the last time we met, we looked at how to discover yourself, and this is very important as we have established that the greatest discovery of your life is self discovery. By the time you get to discover yourself, that is the greatest discovery you can ever make. Okay, now when you discover yourself, other discoveries will follow. The greatest invention in the world comes when that person that invented that stuff discovered him or herself. So the greatest discovery whatsoever is still self-discovery, and we looked at how you need to discover yourself. All right, so you can just make reference to our last discussion. Likewise, we looked at who knows the truth about you. It's only a single person that knows the truth about you, that knows what you are made up of. Every other opinion do not matter. All right, because your manufacturer or your creator is the one that has the intent. He has the intent of creating you, and he knows what he has put in you. Every other person are probably experimenting or trying to get to know you. So the only person that knows all about you is your creator, and this is very and you need to come in terms with this. Of course, the manufacturer wouldn't just create a product without wanting other people to know the reason for producing that product and, of course, what the product can do. And this leads to what we call the manual. So for every product, the manufacturer attached a manual so that, okay, this manual will tell you what the product can do, the potential of the product, and how you can benefit maximally from that particular product. And of course, when God created us, we are his product, we are his workmanship. He attached a manual, and that manual is the Bible. And we have established that the Bible is not a story book, and likewise is not a religious book. Rather, it's a manual from the creator to the creations now, so that every one of us will get to know the reason for our existence, all right, and what we are capable of doing, so that we would maximize the resources he has given to us. Okay, that is very important. So we delve into what we have today, and that is the first aspect is this: your ability is not determined by other people's opinion. This is very important. What other people says about you does not matter. All right, what actually matters is the resources you have been given. It's what your creator says about you. All right, so when you come in terms with what he has said about you, and you begin to unveil those resources, you begin to release those potential of yours, of course, at that particular point, you begin to see that, all right, it's the opinion of your creator that actually matters. And let's use a car as an example. Okay, now if you look at a car, now you can say anything you like to the car. You can go meet the car and be like, you car, you are stupid, you are the worst car I have ever seen, you are ugly, blah blah and blah. car. All right, that does not change the ability of the car. That does not change the speed of the car. That does not change the engine of the car. It doesn't change anything about the car. All right, because that car, what the manufacturer has attached to the car, what function the manufacturer has put in the car, the opinion of other people cannot change it. And that is it. You must understand that your ability is not determined by other people's opinions. All right, so you can do whatsoever that you were asked to do by your creator, irrespective of what people are saying. So you should not allow people's conversation to put you down or to make you think low of yourself. So you should have an awesome self-esteem because you are in consonance with what your creator has said about you, and this is very important. All right, now a car might be built to speed at 200 kilometers per hour, but since its existence it has only done 70 kilometers per hour. All right, this is also very important. When you see a car, you see the speedometer. For some cars the maximum can be 200, 240, blah blah. All right, now some of these cars had never done even half of the speed they are capable of getting to, for one reason or the other. And this is similar to humans. God has put a whole lot in us, quite an awesome resource, treasures within us, potentials. But many of us are doing 70 kilometers per hour instead of 200 kilometers per hour. All right, we are going to see more into the treasure he has put in us. Now, what makes it even unfortunate is that when we are doing 70 kilometers per hour, we are happy with ourselves. While our creator is like, come on, you are supposed to be doing 200 and you are doing 70. You are doing 70 and you are happy, you are glad. And why is that? Because we compare ourselves with other people, because we are looking towards other people's compliments or opinions. Now, when you are doing 70 kilometers per hour and every other person around you is doing 50 kilometers per hour, you are like on top of the world. You think that you have gotten to the point, to your point, like you have gotten to the maximum limit for your life, which is wrong. That is why when you need to actually judge success, you cannot define success by comparing yourself with other persons. You can only define success by comparing what you are doing right now with what you are capable of doing. That is when you compare what you are doing right now with your potential. And that is why we say that the grave is the wealthiest place. Because just imagine, there are several persons that should have written probably 200 books or 100 books, for instance, and all they did all through their life was just one book. I mean, they might be on top of the world when they wrote a single book, but by the time they get to the end of their lives and the picture of their lives, what they were supposed to have done, is shown to them, I mean, they are going to weep, because they'll be like, this is what I was supposed to do, but I am not even aware of it. And that is why I'm bringing it to you today, that you should discover yourself. That is the greatest journey of your life. That is the greatest discovery of your life. When you discover yourself, when you get to know that you can do 200 kilometers per hour, then you wouldn't be comfortable with 70 kilometers per hour. You need to know and you need to accept, what you are able to do. Should you be amazed when someone running at 72 kilometers per hour, for instance, overtakes you, when you are built to run 180 kilometers per hour? This is very important. Now, of course, another thing we should take note of is that when cars are created or produced, there are also signposts which illustrate culture. Just imagine you got a car, the speedometer, the maximum 240 kilometers per hour, but when you are driving, at each point there are signposts like probably do not go beyond 50 50 kilometers per hour. All right. Now, there are cultures in our community that wouldn't want you to do more than 50 kilometers per hour, for instance. So they don't want you to think out of the box. They don't want you to do things out of the normal. Imagine building a car, but there are several signposts that stop the car from living up to its potential. And this is similar to humans. There is a way our culture stops us from thinking out of the box or from living our potential. And this is very important. You know, when we talk of cultures and traditions, it only signifies the way things are done, the acceptable way things are done. So when you think otherwise, when you want to do otherwise, there is a kind of resistance, you know, against your action, because that's the culture, that's the way we do things. So people don't want you to do otherwise. And this is important. If you need to get some things done, I must tell you, you need to go out of the culture around you. And that is what will make you stand out, because great men break loose from cultures and traditions. They think differently. Until you begin to think different, you wouldn't be different from those people that you are living together. So it's until you think different that you get a different result, a unique result. And you should know that you are unique. Every human is special and unique, and we were wired to think differently. We were wired to do something awesome to benefit the whole community of the world. So you haven't started living until people marvel at what you do, until you begin to do some things and people around you are like, come on, there's something different about this guy. You know, they begin to see that. And you know, Paul said that these rules may seem wise because they require strong devotion. This was talking about cultures and traditions. There is an energy that comes with culture or that backs a culture or tradition up. There is a lot of energy that follows it. Even money follows it. Quite a number of things follows it. So these traditions require strong devotion. There is an energy that follows it. Pious self-denial and severe bodily discipline, but they provide no help in conquering a person's evil desires. Now, this is just telling us that traditions, cultures, all these things, they are backed up with energy, with resources, with human capital and all that. But the result of it is that it keeps people at bay. It doesn't allow them to actually fulfill their potentials or to think out of the box or to bring a better solution to what is presently occurring at the moment. All right, so you need to actually think out of this. Now, I need to also tell you that you were created with a treasure that will keep everyone astonished. And this is the reason for your creation. You were not just created for being created. You know, you were created with a treasure that will keep everyone astonished. And if you have not started to marvel people, to make them surprised, to make them astonished, you have not started living. And in the book of Psalms 139 verse 14, it's an awesome verse. And we're going to dwell much on this today and of course subsequently. It says, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. So we're going to take the first aspect of it. Of course, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, that word fearfully made, you need to pay attention to that. Of course, you were not created in a way that will make people fear and run away from you. That is not the meaning of that word fearfully made there. Now, that word fearfully made there, it signifies, is the kind of awe or respect a creator has for his product. I mean, the kind of emotion that followed the production of a product. You are like, come on, this product is awesome. This product is beautiful. And the word awesome comes from that awe, like a deep respect, a deep, breathtaking emotion that follows when you see a product or when you see the attributes of a product. So when it is being said that you are fearfully made, that means that when people see you, they there should be a lot of respect and awe, a breathtaking emotion that comes like, come on, see what this guy is doing. Because you are fearfully made, you should not be afraid to start that thing. You should not be afraid to bring out the treasure in you. Many humans are living below their potentials. They are living below expectation. If we all live to our expectations, like to the resources that God has given to us, that fearfully made, that attribute that makes people like, what, this guy is awesome, he's doing great. That thing, that attribute comes from you, and people will see. Because when you unveil your potential, they cannot but get astonished about what you do. So you are fearfully made. Every woman has such a treasure that is supposed to command a breathtaking aura. That is the truth. Every single person, irrespective of the circumstance that surround your birth, okay, you are supposed to ooze or unveil potentials that will command breathtaking aura. That because you are fearfully made, all right, you are made carefully. God took his time to create you. For every other product, God spoke, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be this, and there was. But when it came to creating you, God took his time. He had a meeting, like a board meeting. He said, let us create man in our own image and after our own likeness. So God had to take time to have a board meeting with himself. Like this particular product called humans, we cannot just create it without a meeting. We have to have a meeting before creating it. And that's what I'm saying, that irrespective of the circumstance surrounding your birth, if you were given back to out of a product of rape, that does not downgrade you, all right? Or if you are given back to, you don't even like your family, may I even say that the circumstance surrounding your birth is part of the plan for your uniqueness, is part of the plan for fulfilling the reason for your creation. In fact, that is one of the reasons why you are created, to solve that problem, all right? If that problem wasn't there, then you would probably not be useful. So you are actually the right product that came into that family because you have the solution. So you were fearfully made. There was a board meeting, by God. He had a board meeting with himself, like, come on guys, let us create man. Okay, how do you want us to create? So they strategized. Your creation came out of a strategy. So God had to go all through the process that we saw in the book of Genesis. Of course, he went all the way to build man carefully out of the earth, like out of the clay now, or sand, if you put it that way, out of the earth. He designed man carefully, like an awesome craftsman. So he was like, come on, he will have a two eyes, blah blah, and he did that. When he was done, he took a part of himself and he put it in man, and Bible says that man became a living being. All right, this is awesome. If you can come to the knowledge of this and acknowledge this, there is nothing that will make you depressed, because you will know that your life is not standing on other people's opinion. Because of what? Because you are fearfully made. In fact, you should be able to tell people around you that you are privileged to have me at this point in time, because I am created for something unique, for something great. This man says that, he said that, I will praise you for, as we saw in the verse, he says, I will praise you for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That means that he had come to the knowledge and acknowledgement of the process, all of the resources for his creation, that he was like, come on, I'm going to praise God, I'm going to praise my creator, my manufacturer, for what he has deposited in me. So instead of agonizing, I guess you should be able to praise your creator light. Glory to God, for he has put this awesome treasure within me. And of course, that is acknowledgement. All right. So wonderfully made, apart from fearfully made, you were wonderfully made. And this is also very important. Wonderfully made means, if you break that word wonderfully, all right, it's like wonder then full. That means that you are full of wonders. That is awesome. You are full of wonders, and you should know that. You are so full of wonders that it will take a lifetime to unveil them all. That is it. So you are so full of wonders that it will take a lifetime to unveil those wonders. All right. So you are full of wonders that it will take a lifetime. You have enough new things in you that you have not released. Things that will make people wonder and keep them wondering. So you are so full of treasures that it takes a lifetime to actually unveil them all. By as long as you are alive, there is a new thing that is unique to you that you need to release. All right. So is this not the when you begin to release the wonders, people begin to talk. They begin to be like, come on, just like Jesus, when he started his ministry, they were like, is this not the son of the carpenter? They cannot just wrap their heads around it. So people will be like, is this not the James, if your name is James, that I know? Is this not the boy from the poorest family in the town? I mean, coming out of a poor family does not define who you can be. I mean, it doesn't. All right. If you stay in an environment that is not awesome, that does not change the fact that you are awesome. A good example is that of Joseph. He was a leader before he left home. When he was in Potiphar's house, he was still a leader despite the fact that he was a servant. All along, he has been a leader. All right. Even in the prison did not stop his leadership skill. He was still a leader. So irrespective of whatsoever thing around you, your environment whatsoever, that does not change what is in you. When they thought you were supposed to quit after failing in a business or an endeavor, you bounce back with strength like never before to start afresh, or even a bigger enterprise. They cannot wrap their heads over what just happened. This is because you are full of wonders. You continue to show them that you are amazing because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is a whole lot of wonders in you. You are full of wonders, and you should live each day of your life releasing the wonders. All right. This is very important. Don't forget this, that you have not started living until people marvel at what you do. This is very important. You don't know your entirety yet and what you are able to become in full, because if God brings this to your knowledge, you will likewise wonder. I'm saying that you should release the wonders in you. You should release your potential so that people around you, they begin to wonder. They marvel at what you are capable of doing. But I'm also saying that you don't even know your entirety yet. You don't even know what you are going to become in full. All right, just like Paul that was saying that we do know that the glory that is going to come is better than what we can see at the moment, though we don't have full knowledge of it. So you don't have even the full knowledge of all that you are capable of doing. All right. If God brings that to you right now, if he brings it right to you right now, you wouldn't even believe it. You will so be astonished that it will be past believing. You will likewise wonder. So know this and acknowledge it and live your life releasing this potential. Search for what you are capable of doing. Now, there is this thing that happened when Jesus was ministering. He saw a man who was blind from birth, And his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? And you know the response of Jesus? He said to them, neither this man nor his parents sinned, but that the works of God should be revealed in him. That means that the blindness was part of the plan for this man. If he wasn't blind, he would not be mentioned in scriptures. So he was blind so that the works of God, and of course the works of God in which you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The works of God are marvelous. The works of God are awesome. So in a way, everything put together, the blindness whatsoever and everything that is happening around you, they are all part of God's plan to reveal the wonder in you. I mean, if those things did not happen to you, it will make those things you are doing or that you are about to do when you release your potential to be normal. But by the time you begin to do those things, they begin to be surprised. Look at Kayla. She was blind, she could not see, she could not even hear, but look at what she did. She did quite a number of things, wrote books, wrote songs. So people wonder, they marvel, like, how can someone that is blind, that is deaf, how is she able to do this? And that is what we are talking about, that when things are hard, when things are terrible, you are able to come out of it, and people begin to wonder, like, how were you able to do all these things? His blindness was part of the plan. Instead of agonizing, organize, and of course see the bigger picture. I mean, I would mention like 7 secrets to releasing the wonders in you. The first, know and acknowledge the treasure within you. Very important. Seek to identify the treasure. You got to search. So you need to seek to identify the treasure. And of course, this is the greatest discovery of your life. Unveil the treasure. All right. Walk the potential. This is also very important. Now, serve the world with your gift. Never back down, irrespective of what happens, because the seeming setback was part of the plan to make you stand out. And of course, the last is self-discipline. By the time you discover what you are capable of doing, your vision and purpose in life, there's no such energy that is greater than the energy that comes out of the discovery of your purpose in life. And that settles self-discipline, because you have a goal, and that will make you disciplined enough to run towards it. If no one has ever told you that you are special, here I am speaking it loudly to you, that you are a special being, specially created by God to do special things. It is time to release the wonders within you. Thank you for joining me. You know, you can access quite a number of my resources via this link. Just visit the link. Here are some of my books and links to get my books. There are some other books. All right. So thanks for joining me today. Thank you. See you some other time. Thank you.